Well, hello, people of Zen. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal out there. This is Greg with Planet Green Zen, and thank you for coming to my channel. Now, as always, you guys know that I have a question for you. Do you guys recognize what is slowly going on in the world around you? Do you know that if the masses don't wake up very soon, we will not have any freedoms left? Well, in today's video, what we're going to talk about is why you should fight to keep freedom of speech alive. So stay tuned. But Planet Green Zen, inspiring the everyday person to break free from the mundane and take action. But before we jump into that, if you guys have never been to this channel, what I really love to do here is just inspire the world mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially, because I truly believe that if we all had a holistic balance of each one of these areas, we would live in world peace and eliminate hunger, famine, slavery, war, disease, poverty, and have more health, wealth, and abundance together as one human unit on this entire planet. So if you guys believe in similar messages, do me a quick favor, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification so you're notified when new videos are released, comment below, let me know your thoughts on these different topics that we cover, and share these out with people in your community who needs to hear these messages so they can wake up and unplug. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into it here. So very quickly, I just want to read you guys something. So it's adopted on December 15th, 1791. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution prevents the government from making laws which regulate an establishment of religion, prohibit the free exercise of religion, or abridge the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the right to peaceably assembly, or the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. So when you guys hear that, do you think that that's still happening today? Are we following our amendments, or is they slowly being taken away from us? Because I ask that question is because I do believe that the freedoms are being taken away, because there are a couple of freedom fighters I want to point out. There's a guy named Brian Rose. He's with London Real. If you guys haven't heard of him, check out his YouTube channel. Also go to londonreal.com and check him out, Brian Rose. Also very big, amazing, wise person. His name is David Icke. He is the center of controversy. And Dr. Rashid Buttar. Again, many other people who, again, these are just three of like the hundreds, if not thousands of people out there fighting for our freedoms. And they are all being silenced due to the controversy or quote unquote conspiracy theories that they may be bringing to the table that is challenging the cabal's sinister agenda for the one world order and dominance. And that's all that they want is the cabal and the, they call them the elite, the Illuminati, whatever you want to refer to them as. They are the top 1% of the world that pretty much dictates everything. And if you guys think that is a quote unquote conspiracy theory, if you start to research yourself instead of just listen to other people's opinions, you will see that this is true. Because again, why would, if we have a freedom of speech in America, and people talk about sensitive topics that will start to get other people to wake up and start to think, why would they get banned from YouTube and other platforms like Facebook and even Instagram and things like that? Why would they get banned? I want you guys to really think about that, because they're touching on topics that the cabal does not want the average person to hear, to start to listen and think and wake up. Because if you guys really think about it, again, I've covered this in many videos in the past, but our general educational system is founded by a couple of very billionaires back in the day, like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller. But John D. Rockefeller for me stood out because he had a famous quote that I've said plenty of times, and he said, "I want a nation of workers and not a nation of thinkers." Look that up yourself, John D. Rockefeller's quote, because when you look at that quote and actually look at where we are today, again, he helped establish the school system. Okay, sounds good. He's giving back. He's a philanthropist, want to help people in society and community. But that school system is something that we still operate on today, which again, when you think about it and look at it, look how it's set up. We're programmed to go to school, get an education, and then get a job, which again, but if we're getting an education, going back to the quote, "I want a nation of workers and not thinkers." If we're being educated, doesn't that mean that we're thinking? I want you guys to really ponder on that, because if you were to ask the most quote unquote educated people in the world, and when I say educated, I mean the people who have the highest degrees on the planet, 1,000 degrees stuffed up there, rear ends, a lot of them can't answer basic questions like, okay, well, you have these 10 degrees, PhD. And again, I'm not saying that getting these degrees is a bad thing. However, when you look at it from just a common standpoint for like the average person, again, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, things like that, especially, you need that traditional type of school. But for average person, 87% of people hate their jobs. 95% of people are not doing what they want to do. An average person, at least in America, does not have $1,000 saved in their account for a rainy day or emergency funds. So we go to all this school, but it doesn't teach us financial literacy. Why do you think that is? Or it doesn't teach us to become an entrepreneur. Now, again, people may say, well, you can go to school and take entrepreneurship or self-employed. No, no, no. When you're self-employed, when you're an employee, you still follow the same path where if you exchange time for money, if you're not working, you're not making money. So when you're a business owner and an investor, you can actually invest and make money so where you can actually enjoy more time with your family and friends and donate more large sums of money to your favorite organization, start your own nonprofit. But again, it all comes back to that financial literacy. People don't know how many people were taught velocity banking in school. What about using whole life insurance for investing? What about investing in assets that produce income like real estate, even certain stocks? I mean, I'm not a big stock person, but there's people that are millionaires based, just from investing in the stock market. And I'm not talking about a 401k and mutual funds. I mean, doing it yourself. How come these topics that would change the drastic trajectory of many people's lives and their family legacy, we're not taught this at school? Also, besides even the money part, how about personal development? That's huge. Everyone needs to go through personal development. Why is that not taught in school? Why is meditation not taught in school? Why is when a doctor goes to the school, they're not taught to treat patients with, again, personal development and giving them natural remedies versus just pills? Because again, when your world is designed off of profit, you're not going to help someone out for free. There's something that will, again, you help somebody else out, eliminates all their diseases in just one consultation. Okay, hey, take ginger, take turmeric powder, take ashwagandha, take lemon with honey in your teas every day. Then you will reduce your, also meditate and think that you're well, and again, know that your mind can actually produce results as far as what you want in a positive way. How come all this isn't taught? Because they can't make money off of it. Again, pharmaceutical companies, the meat industry, they're like trillions of dollars in industry. I mean, I don't know, meat industry is like $1 billion, pharmaceuticals in a trillion, something around there. But if you treat people with things that God put on this earth for us to use, because again, God created the earth and the heavens, and I believe, obviously, I know I believe in God, Holy Bible, but anyway, God saw all this ahead of time. Again, if you look in the Bible, the Revelations, obviously that there's a lot of things that are coming true. And how can people predict that thousands of years ago if there's something not there? But anyway, what I'm getting at is God foresaw all of this. So again, the fruits and vegetables and plants that we have on this earth will keep us healthy, because we just need to take it and learn how to meditate, give God grace and thanks, and we will be okay, right? But why isn't this stuff taught in our society, in our school systems, as far as even natural remedies? Because they cannot make money off of you. It's funny how there's two sets of doctors. The doctors on the left side are the ones that say, yeah, the coronavirus, you can stay in the house or wear your mask and take your vaccines and all this stuff. But the doctors on the right that have no financial incentive or gain to educate you guys are saying, no, we need to step up. Real doctors need to come out and start to tell the truth. Why aren't more people doing that? Because again, the doctors on the left, again, they were programmed to just study words and memorize terminologies to where they can't even think during that time period because they're so busy studying and memorizing. And then they have, 200 grand in debt. And then they go, have to live that, stay current with the Joneses. So after they get out of school, then they get a job. Well, yeah, they're making decent money as a doctor, but now they got to keep up with everybody, get the nice cars and the houses. And now they're even more in debt. So now their livelihood and financial life is actually on the stake if they were to speak out against that. Do you guys understand that? So a lot of doctors are going to say, no, you need to do this. Don't listen to those other people, because again, if their money's taken away, they can't keep up with their lifestyle. Again, if you follow the money trail, that's where most people are. Again, money is not the root of all evil, but you can use it for good or bad. And the people on the left, unfortunately used it for bad. We have so many people that use it for good, be able to help other people and things like that. But the doctors on the right who are not worried about that, and they say, they have faith. And again, honestly, it takes a lot of courage for them to step out and speak against that, because they will get ridiculed and get decredited and all this stuff. But again, I just want you guys, again, I went off on a tangent here, but this is important that you guys understand is our freedoms are at stake. This is not a science fiction movie. This is not something, it's only 100 years from now, we don't have to worry about it today. No, if people have kids now, their kids and their kids' kids will not have the same freedoms that we have right now. And they won't even know what it is, because they'll be so used to just being controlled. So we need to fight for our freedoms. Like my generation, born in the 80s, and people, so that's why they want to kill off the old people, because they know and they fight for this stuff. So again, younger people are just a lot weaker. They're more emotional. They don't have that same backbone that the older generations have, which I think is critical. Every generation needs that backbone. Obviously, we evolve and progress as a society, but there's some basics throughout life that things should never be changed or manipulated with. That's just my opinion, and that's one of them. Having a backbone, knowing what hard work is, being respectful to people, be respectful in public, dress respectfully in public, just stuff like that. But again, that's just my opinion. Who am I? Just some random guy on YouTube, right? But I want you guys to really just take what I'm saying into consideration and really marinate this stuff over, because if you can stay distracted, just like Earl Nightingale said, the world conceives of two types of people: the haves or have-nots. Which one will you be? Are you going to be a have-not that just sits there, do what you're told, stay complacent, and not question what's happening? Or are you going to be a person that actually fought for your freedom and actually came together till we can have world peace and actually help people out eventually? That will lead to world peace. So again, I guess I'm done ranting for today. And I want to leave you guys again with a quote. Actually, this is from the Holy Bible, this quote of the day. And the quote goes, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage." So that was from Galatians 5:1. Again, Greg with Planet Green Zen signing off. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.